Hey there, sisters. Oh, it's so good to see you. So I'm back with another video, and I just want to talk in this clip. It's not going to be as long this time, just for a short while, about the sacred. Okay, now the sacred means that we are in some way of a higher purpose, or a deeper calling, or a higher plane, okay? And we're plugged into an eternal source outside of ourselves. So for some of us, we may say that we are, are plugged into God, or some others may say a consciousness or an understanding, or something like that. Others of us might not have considered this at all. Okay, but I want to say that we are sacred in the sense that we have this innate feeling inside us that we're just not a shell, flesh and blood, that does tasks that we're set. We are way deeper beings than just that. We have, obviously we have emotion. And I'm saying that's even deeper than just emotion. I'm saying that there's a place inside us that connects with the depth of the universe, of God, of our understanding, and that is a sacred connection. Okay, it's to do with how we kind of intuit energy. And it's to do with how we, how our inner core is really kind of, set apart. Some people would like to call that holy. I don't know if that's a helpful word or not, because we, in our cultures, consider gods to be holy. But actually, if we're made in God's image, then there's something holy about us as beings. Do you see what I mean? So we are, and we could consider ourselves to reside, our spiritual sense, in a way, we are residing in a holy place. We are sacred beings. It means to be set apart, and we're set apart in that knowledge of greater things. Okay, and there's a depth to us. We're not functioning on this level. Some people call this low vibrational, high vibrational. It doesn't really matter what terminology we would use. The point is that it's all kind of describing the same kind of idea, that there's a space inside of us that is a place which is held in reserve for God, or for us to connect to God, or our source, or the universe, whichever way you want to describe that for yourself. So I'm very aware that some of us girls, we've never really considered ourselves in that way before, because we've been conditioned to consider ourselves as very much obedient little girls who go where they go, they do what they do, and they think what they think, because that's the expectation. And I'm going to use that word very deliberately. That is the expectation, and we follow on in the footsteps of expectation of what a girl should be, do, think, have, say. But what I want to say is that this sacred, the place, is the part deep inside that it's clamoring to express itself. It's our spiritual sense. It's clamoring to get out of ourselves and say, hey, there's more to me than just the doing. Okay? Now, this touches a little bit on what the feminine truly is. Now, the feminine, as opposed to the masculine, has certain traits. So one of the things that we'll talk about this again in different ways, in different videos, but one of the things that the feminine does is that it is not a doing thing. okay? It is a being thing. We be feminine. We don't do feminine. Do you see what I mean? Because it's not active and it's not even passive. It just sits and is beautiful and is worthy and is a holy thing when it operates in its 3 superpowers, which we talked about before. Remember, intuition, creativity, and healing. So those are our 3 feminine superpowers. Okay, so it's likely that we'll be drawn and kind of gently guided to one, maybe more, but one specific thing which is going to fit under the category of one of those things. I mean, some of the lucky amongst us might have elements of all of it, and that's absolutely fine. That's absolutely fine. But let's just say for our, our thinking brain that the feminine operates in 3 superpowers, and those are the 3 kind of legs of the chair, almost, or the stool that we sit on as a feminine being. Okay, the feminine is about weaving and intertwining and flow and curves. Okay, masculine is the complete opposite. Masculine is straight lines, black and white, logic, isn't it? So we've got to, if we're going to be a risen sisterhood, and we understand that we need to stand together, we need to start tapping into some of these elements of what being feminine really means. It does not mean that we do our hair and makeup and look pristine all the time with the fake eyelashes, and we follow celebrities and we wear the latest fashions. Okay, that's just an expression that some women choose to follow, to try and express their femininity. But really, femininity comes from this sacred place within, from the heart within, and it comes out here, and it's not in what we do. So we can clothe our bodies in all of this stuff, and we can look feminine in the eyes of the world, but actually our femininity is residing inside us, and it's how our heart expresses it. And how our heart expresses it, remember? Intuition, creativity, healing. 3 superpowers. So once we're operating in those things, then we can say, this is my expression of femininity. It's being, okay? It's being. It's walking in this. This is our way, rather than something that we do. Although we can organise our way to be deliberate and intentional, it's not something that we're striving for. We're not striving for it. So that's really just what I wanted to share with you on this video. And of course, I'm going to come back and I'm going to say much more about the feminine, because there's so much to say. So for now, I love you. Come join us at our Heart Maidens Facebook page, because we are building a tribe. We are building a sisterhood of gathered women who understand what this journey of the heart is about, and we're standing together with each other. We are each in our own queendom, and we are operating our queendoms in conjunction with each other, and we're not in competition. We are raising each other up, and we are building each other up, and we are helping each other grow, and we are standing alongside, and we are loving it, and we are loving each other, and it's fantastic. So love you. Please come and join us, Heart Maidens Sister Circle on Facebook. I'll chat soon.